everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the Coolest Coast and to our Coffee on the Coast show. We have a really special guest today. He's going to let us know what's going on in the City of Two Rivers, the Honorable Greg Buckley, City Manager of the City of Two Rivers. What's happening, Greg?
Honorable, that was a way cool introduction. Thanks, Jason. I guess what I'd like to say, in the coming year, I think you'll see a lot more evidence of the city's efforts to turn our face as a community back to the water. We know Two Rivers has seen some pretty wrenching economic changes, as has all of Manitowoc County over the last decade or so. We're doing a lot to realize the potential that is there along our waterways, be it our Lake Michigan frontage, the river corridors. Recent evidence of this, the City Council in late December gave final approval to purchasing the former Eggers Plant property downtown on the riverfront. That's about 3.5 acres. The intent there is to pursue multiple uses of the property. The northerly portion of it will likely be developed as a stormwater treatment facility to serve about 40 acres of the downtown center city area. But the balance of the site, we hope to see shoreline improvements, including extending pedestrian walkways, maybe obtaining some state and federal money for transient docking to again take more advantage of our harbor and our ready access to Lake Michigan. We are also already beginning discussions with developers about the possibility of some housing on the upland side of that site toward East River Street. So that reflects that priority. We continue to work with a local investor group on a downtown hotel development. The city invested this year in purchasing and clearing the vacant former Sittinger Hardware. We've established a redevelopment TIF district and are working with a group of area investors that would like to be funding and operating a 4-story, roughly 60-room hotel overlooking the harbor in that downtown location. So on the development front, we're turning our face back to the water. Some of the public investments we're looking at are a new 1/4-mile spur off Mariners Trail that would connect from the area by McDonald's in Two Rivers to the South Breakwater. Our South Pier is there. It's beautiful. It was rehabbed about 10 years ago by the Corps of Engineers. Our beacon at the end is still standing, by the way, and we look forward to seeing Manitowoc's come back soon.
Yeah.
But this 1/4-mile, 8-foot wide paved trail will provide barrier-free bicycle pedestrian access out to the pier. The project will include some directional and interpretive signage, tell the story of the history of the harbor. We've got a busy summer of activities planned at the beach this year. EVP Beach Volleyball will be returning. Of course, Kites Over Lake Michigan on Labor Day weekend. Second weekend in July, the 13th and 14th, a new event this year will be a Pro-Am beach soccer event. First time at the beach. This will be a qualifier for a national championship, and the organizers are expecting about 50 to 60 teams there.
Wow.
Throw in 6 concerts already scheduled for the Rotary Pavilion at the beach. We expect it's going to be another great summer, which can't come soon enough. Although this January isn't too bad. So those are certainly some of the ongoing activities for the city.
Wow, thanks so much for the
Good
update.
stuff.
There's every time you drive into Rivers, there's always something happening. There's always a bustle of activity and such a wonderful downtown. And I love the idea of facing back towards the water, really what makes Two Rivers great. So,
yeah, our origins as a community were along the water, whether it was fishing on Lake Michigan or, of course, the rivers were our arteries of commerce where logs got shipped in, product got shipped out. As our industrial base grew, we literally walled ourselves off from that water asset in many regards. But now, as we look at setting new directions for the community and pursuing new development, that asset remains huge and we have great benefit. Awesome. I neglected to mention the River Trails Initiative, which has been joint with the Village of Mishicot and Woodland Dunes Nature Center, encouraging more kayaking and canoeing along those river corridors. Twin River Trails now has a website. There's signage at various access points, and improvements have been made throughout both the east and west Twin river corridors to promote and facilitate access and use of those assets as well.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today. Giving us an update. We look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you for all you're doing for the area and promoting our Coolest Coast. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Greg. we have the distinct privilege of having His Honor, Mayor Justin Nichols, here today to tell us what's happening in Manitowoc, the city of Manitowoc. So what's going on, Justin? How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. Lots of great things are happening in Manitowoc. Actually, a lot of great things are happening. And in 2019, our main focus is going to be downtown. Just a lot of new, exciting things, events, businesses really starting to pop up in downtown Manitowoc. It really is becoming the place to be, and that's exactly what we've been striving for. So just a couple of things. Breese Malting is doing their $17 million edition, the old RAR malting, the old Anheuser-Busch. They have a love of Manitowoc, and they want to have a presence in downtown. So they're going to be helping us with the farmers market, that parking lot, because we're starting to see a lot of cool events, more than just the farmers market popping up there. So we're going to be doing some renovations to that lot in fall here, making it more of a park space, aesthetically pleasing, where you can picnic and still enjoy some music and the farmers market. But some great businesses are starting to pop up. Challah, new restaurant downtown.
I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, local food, local flair. It's going to be a great addition to downtown, so I'm excited about that. Pizza Garden moving into downtown. We have Strand Adventures, which is the old Strand Theater, which is going to be CrossFit gym, but also an arcade for kids, a laser tag course, rock climbing wall. It's going to be birthday party central between Pizza Garden and that, which is awesome. Get people downtown. Shooty Building is getting renovated as we speak. That's going to be interior and exterior. They're going to do 17 apartments on the second and third floor. So one of our main goals is to get people to live downtown. We want people to live downtown, because if they live downtown, chances are they're going to walk to the stores and walk to the restaurants. And then the first floor will be a commercial and hopefully a restaurant someday. Capital Civic Center is going through their almost $3 million renovation.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be, they're going to keep the historical look and feel, but it's going to be built for the modern audience. So nicer seating, more bar space for that, because that's becoming a larger thing at events when you go to the Capital Civic Center, and just more of a better feel with the lobby space. There's a wine bar coming to downtown Manitowoc.
Awesome.
Yeah, Megan Lawson and Rachel Beck at Modern by Megan. The lowest level of the river lofts. So right on the river, right where the boardwalk is.
Wow.
It's going to be unique.
Oh, that's such good news. I had not heard of that.
Absolutely.
Wow, thanks for that update.
Yeah. So downtown. That's really where we're thinking. And more events are coming. The night markets in the summer. I think they're going to do 7 this year, so one more than last year. Just a Subfest, Bloom Glow, everything. It's just it's all coming downtown, and people are really getting excited.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Today we've got a very special guest in Julia Lee. Julia works in the Children's Department at the Manitowoc Public Library, and she's here to tell us about an awesome event. What's going on, Julia?
Well, we have Family Activity Night every Tuesday at 6:30, and on Tuesday, January 22nd, we have the Lakeshore Humane Society coming at 6:30, and they are bringing cats. So they're bringing adoptable cats from the Humane Society. They're going to talk about how you can adopt the cat, how to take care of a pet, and how to volunteer at the Humane Society. And you can come meet these animals and even maybe take home a new family member and adopt a cat that night.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So go out and get a cat, right? Meow. See, I wanted to use that.
Very nice.
So where in the library are you setting up the litter boxes?
Great question. We'll be up in the children's department. So we're going to be upstairs, second floor, in our programming room, our Balkansky room. They're going to have the cats out, and families can interact directly with the cats and the Lakeshore Humane Society staff. It's a great organization, a great way to collaborate in the community and find some homes for these kitties.
Awesome. Sounds like a great event. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see you next time. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here for Coffee on the Coast. I have a very special guest, Karen Nichols, who is the Executive Director of the Chamber of Manitowoc County. We call it Manitowoc County Chamber?
The Chamber of Manitowoc
The Chamber.
County.
So, the Chamber of Manitowoc County.
That chamber.
And Karen is doing some really dynamic things. She's going to tell us all about them. as well as her upcoming awards dinner. So what's going on, Karen?
Oh, it's time for our annual dinner. We're very excited. It's going to be Tuesday, February 5th. It's at Fox Hills. And we're taking reservations right now. So if you want to make your reservation, please do. But dinner, we start off with cocktails at 5 o'clock, dinner at 6:30. And then during the dinner, we do our awards presentation. So it's so much fun, and I just hope everybody can come and watch this. So for example, we have Nonprofit of the Year. I think there's probably 15 of our local nonprofits that are nominated for that award.
Cool.
I know, it's just absolutely amazing. And it's so much fun to have the privilege of being able to read all those applications and see and read about all the good things going on, and there's so much. So it's so meaningful to so many people. So we have Nonprofit of the Year Award, we have Safety, Health, and Wellness Award, we have Small Business, and there's so many fun small businesses that have been nominated, and I wish I already know who the winner is, and I wish I could tell you, but I can't. I can't share that with you. I'll just tease you a little. But it's just, such a compliment to all the great things going on in our community and all the great people. It takes the people to get these businesses to run and all of that kind of stuff. So we have Small Business of the Year, we have Large Business of the Year. We also have our Athena Award winner announced. So an Athena Award, if you're not familiar with that, is typically a person who just does their best and does so much for the community and tries to be a mentor to other business people. So it's an amazing thing. Some of the past winners are people like Peggy Pitts. She's an amazing person here within our community.
Most definitely.
Yeah, Dolly Stokes, a lot of different people. So we're going to be giving out that award this year. So that's really fun too. And I know who that winner is too.
Yeah, we know them all. It's hard to keep that stuff under wraps, isn't it?
Yeah, I would love to tell you. And I'd love to tell you about all the things I do. And the same thing, we have a Joseph P. Schmidt Speak Up Award. And so that's giving to an outstanding business person who does the same thing. A lot of super good things in the community and a lot of good things for the business community too. So we'll be doing that award. So we'll just have, I think in total we have 8 awards for the evenings.
Wow.
But the nominees under each category, it's just a wonderful long list.
We live in such a super community with such great businesses.
Don't we?
It's just great. And I love that you guys are exemplifying and praising those businesses that are doing well. And it's funny because the chamber does so many different things that people don't even realize or understand. Do you have like maybe an elevator pitch for the people watching on what the chamber's all about?
Oh, it's pretty hard to do it really quickly because we do so
we'll do
much.
A simple one.
We have a lot of great programs going on. We do educational events for our members and for the community on ways to grow your business. So it's like through social media. When you talk about photography, Jason, you've done a couple of lunch and learns for us. So we do those. We really promote commerce, and we promote people doing business with other local people, and that's one of the reasons we have our Chamber Advantage card offers. So they're discount cards for chamber members to share with other chamber members. So that's a good thing going on. Then we have the Chamber Buck program, and I know we're going to talk about that on another segment. Another good thing to promote commerce in the community. So
cool.
Plus all the educational events that we do with the high schools and the reality stores, Career Expo. Last week we entertained just about 1,000 students at LTC in one day.
Wow.
So we had 500 sophomores from across the county in the morning and 500 in the afternoon.
That's impact.
Yeah, and
That's
it was
That's
all
cool.
career awareness about all the different good jobs in the community.
Awesome. So now the final thing is, how can I just moved to town. I've got a business.
Right.
How can I get involved with the chamber? Give me the digits, or give me the how do I get in contact with you guys?
You can do one of two things. You can go to our website and reach out to us that way. So it's just chambermanitowoccounty.org, or you can call us at 684-5575.
We have a very special guest. I'm honored to introduce Peter Wills from Progress Lakeshore. Progress Lakeshore is an organization downtown here in Manitowoc, and he's going to tell you all about it. Peter Wills, Executive Director. How you doing?
Hey, great. Thanks, Jason. Thanks for having me here. So again, so I'm Peter Wills, Progress Lakeshore Executive Director. So we're the economic development agency that really covers Manitowoc County. Founded over 15 years ago, back as the Economic Development Corp of Manitowoc County. Did a name change to really reflect more of what we do back in 2014 to Progress Lakeshore. But really it's a private-public organization. So what that really means is that we are supported by over 60 businesses here locally in the Manitowoc County area, as well as partnerships that we have with the City of Manitowoc, Two Rivers, Mishicot, and Kiel.
Wow.
And really,
That's everybody.
That's pretty much everybody.
In the county,
yeah. I mean, we used to actually, originally we started with a partnership in the county, and perhaps someday that will come back.
Yeah.
But otherwise, really what it was kind of what is next. And again, if we kind of one of those pages that we've really turned is kind of that next step after Miro. But originally that was uncertain. So we had a group of about 10 core founders that after the Miro closed and everyone was trying to kind of decide what's next and who's going to do something, that they kind of grabbed those reins and said, who's going to do something is us. And they went to different states and different communities, Racine, Kenosha, Fond du Lac, into Michigan and Illinois, and saw what is the most effective response to when you have a large company closure that really kind of controlled the community. So you saw when the Chrysler plant closed. You saw when the Chevrolet, GM closed some of those plants. We saw when some of these other, large paper mills closed. And what did these communities do? Some really did not do anything. There was, okay, we only have either our local government or we have just a limited organization. And they really were still struggling. They were still on the what's next.
Sure.
The communities that really seemed to move forward had this private-public partnership. That it was that we're bringing the businesses, we're bringing the government together, and we're bringing dedicated full-time professional economic development. Doesn't mean that there isn't a lot of other roles to play for chambers, for visitor convention bureaus, for downtown organizations, but it's really kind of that regional collaboration.
Sure.
And really on three pillars is retain, grow, and attract. And so if I really, so as I came here back in 2014, was really making sure that we defined it that way.
Yeah.
I find it's very critical when someone really needs to understand what you do. And so we really look at it. It's retaining the people and the businesses in our area. It is growing business opportunity and growing our entrepreneurship and growing those businesses that are in our area, which is about 80% of our growth. And then it is attraction. But as most of the legacy companies that we've had in this community or many others are entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
The FANG stocks right now, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, those are all basically started, whether it's 30 years ago for Microsoft, or the first iPhone was released actually 12 years ago last week. So most of that new technology is what really kind of grows your community. So that's a big part of what we focus on is that attracting people. And then that's actually what's more attractive for companies right now is they're going where the people are. This is a unique place. Why is it cooler to be by the lake?
Yeah.
This is a very unique asset that Manitowoc has. Manitowoc area, 13 miles of undisturbed beach. Neshota Beach and Red Arrow Park. Some of the nicest beaches that I would compare into Florida.
Yeah.
So we have something really unique here, but we also have the legacy of manufacturing that goes back to our shipyard days, but that has really built out of it. And so when we talk about a Breeze malt that goes back to the Rar, family,
Yeah.
when we look at Lakeside Foods that's been here 130 years that really started canning peas for the shipping, or all these aluminum and fabricating plastics. So it's something very unique that we have in Manitowoc, and so for ours for economic development, a lot of it's looking at the long term. What we're working on today, entrepreneurship might 2 or 3 years down the road. Some of the companies that we're helping, the real results, maybe we'll see something in a year or two, it might be 5 years.
Sure.
But then there's also companies that we're bringing into the area that is a 1 or 2 year process. And some of those fruits of Robinson Meadow that was celebrated earlier this year, that was about an 8-month project. Another project that we're working on right now that could come into the Manitowoc company is a fantastic opportunity and probably one of the largest attractions we've had in the area.
Yeah.
But also the industrial park. In both Manitowoc and Two Rivers, we've seen some build up in Two Rivers, but we've also seen a lot of renewed interest recently in Manitowoc.
Good stuff. Well, thanks so much for joining
Sure.
us today. I really appreciate
Well,
it.
well, thanks for having me. And
So how can people get in touch with Progress Lakeshore?
Yes, there's a couple ways. Number one, you can give us a call. So 920-482-0540. You can email peter@progresslakeshore.org, and you can find out more information by going to www.progresslakeshore.org and looking at our website. But probably the best way is to either email us or call directly. But you can also stop in at 202 North 8th Street, Suite 101. Between 8 a.m. and 4:30, we're usually there. But again, I encourage you to set an appointment just to make sure we can set a time to meet. But stop by, say hello, and happy to help.
Awesome. Thanks, Peter.
Sure. Thanks for having me.
Cool.
Take a hike at Point Beach State Forest, or if we get a little snow, cross-country ski or snowshoe.
Ice on 8th, which is now Elks. The Elks Club has taken over that, which is a great event in downtown Manitowoc with ice sculptures, the ice skating rink.
Stop over at the Hamilton Community House. Maybe after the holidays you want to consider a health club membership or just take in some of the history of the building.
There's a lot of great events at the Capitol Civic Center all throughout these months. Tons of new things and lots of things we're all used to, like the symphonies in Manitowoc that continue to do great things, or maskers go see a play.
Enjoy dinner at one of a variety of local restaurants.
The Rye West Art Museum, of course, always changes out a lot of things, a lot of different new exhibits, different pieces of art that you can always go and see.
Shop at our local merchants in an historic downtown, including Trader's Department Store, the longtime anchor of downtown.
The library is also a great place to go visit in the winter months. They're making the library more into a community space, so you're going to see a lot of changes.
Visit the Hamilton Wood Type and Printing Museum, chronicling not only the history of Hamilton industries and the community of Two Rivers, but also the importance of the written word and wood type letterpress printing in the development of our popular media.
And of course, the Wisconsin Maritime Museum. Wisconsin's Maritime Museum, there again, they have exhibits that go in and out throughout these months.